Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette here, and I'm here with another reading that starts on the 15th for the second half of May. And I just want to show you the cards I'll be using for these readings. I've taken up this period the cards of the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot that I've used consistently for a long period of time, but for the past couple of months I haven't. Beautiful, beautiful cards, one of my favorite decks. And since not many people out there know how to read them, it's difficult for you. Some people think that they're very dark cards, and they are not. It's a different culture, really. I temper that with another tarot deck, and they work very well together, which is the Angel Tarot. They seem to work very well together. They lighten each other up, and what emerges is a very particular message. And then, of course, I'll be using my Vera Sibilla cards, and they are the protagonists in my readings always. And, of course, the runes. And I again have this reading, the antler runes, that I can see very well on camera. They're easier to see, and I'll cast them at the very end. I just wanted to say that I've been having a lot of consultations with people interested in soul therapy, and it's been going extensively well. And why I need to put in my 2 cents here is that I've said this to people who have been coming in for an architects sorry about that, archetypes reading. The hair on my arms stands on end when I work with clients in soul therapy for the amount of precision and it's uncanny, and the actual result that it has on people, the healing, the amount of healing that takes place. And I just wanted to open the floor for that. That because some people who come in, they're a little bit embarrassed to talk about themselves and talk about their issues. And soul therapy is a way of circumventing that. It's even better than the card reading in the sense that it's not a therapy session where you come in and you talk about your problems with a psychotherapist. It's giving me 4 bits of information, and I do the work, and we come into a session, an extended session, and I tell you what I find. And then the story comes out, and you make heads of and tails of what I tell you, and it seems a different way toward healing. It's quite interesting, and I'm very at ease with working with the invisible world. I feel it's part of my nature. It's part of my own soul group of origin, where I straddle the invisible and the visible world. I do a lot of channeling, and there too my hair stands on end when I do channeling and mediumship. So for those of you who are interested in contacting people from the past who have moved on, the sessions are very, very interesting. So that said, let's go on to the reading, ladies and gentlemen. Hi Gemini, this is Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a reading for you for the second half of May, as I mentioned. And let me shuffle the cards. I usually do the shuffling offline, but I like to have people see me, because this is what I like to see. I don't like readers just to put down, show us the cards that they have previously put down. I like the surprise element, So that's why I do it myself. You Taurus. Sorry, Gemini. Gemini, wow. Wow, tough, not tough. Incredibly intense. Intense here. You know that the Voodoo Tarot has different cards of the major arcana. Well, of course, all the suits are different, but basically they do have similarities, but they speak a different language. Let me show you those cards, Gemini. Here I have the 17th major arcana, Zétoile, which would be similar to the stars. Santeria, the 8 card. Santeria 8, Shango. Radha Mambo. This is a court card. Then we have the Congo 10 card, Grand Bois, the Great Forest. Pedro, the fourth, Pedro 4, Ague la Flambeau. Pedro are fire element, the element of fire. Then the angel cards, I have the 6 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, 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 the 4 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Very intense for you, Gemini. Very, very, very intense. So intense that it will be heavy on your soul. It's going to be very burdensome for you, mentally especially, intellectually, mentally. I hear, though, do have the announcement for you, Gemini, that you're on a road, you're on a path, and it is guided in some way. You know, it's not, I can't say it's an easy path. No, it's guided in some way. And just to give you an idea of how these cards have come out, all these swords, the swords speak a specific language. Now, the 6th, moving to better waters. The 5, very much trouble, changes. The 10th, the end of a cycle. Then we have the 4, the waiting period. And the 7, a battle, heavy. You know, so it's up and down and up and down and up and down. But what does it entail? You have before you, Gemini, a number of options. And you don't want to jump in and choose your weapon, so to speak, immediately. So you give yourself some time. And when you are good and ready, you come out swinging. I mean, you put your boxing gloves on and are ready to start again. But basically what I'm getting for you, Gemini, is the second half of May is going to be a true run for your money, this expression in English, giving you a go, you know, topsy-turvy. But at the same time, I have to say that you yourself know everything's going to work out. It's okay, it's difficult, but you know, you're absolutely sure everything is going to work out. What I don't like, the only card I really don't like is this 5 of Swords. And as you can see, you know, it looks like it's like a devilish sort of card. It's the only card that I don't like, but it is accompanied by this Shango, the 8 Shango Santeria card, which is a strong card. It's a strong card of emotions, of love, of moving forward with your emotions. But there's a certain uncertainty with this 5 of Swords. Also, what is cumbersome, let's say cumbersome, is this 7 of Swords, the outgoing card here. But again, you're tempered by this Pedro, Ague la Flambeau, the 4, where there's stability. So on the one hand, I'm led to believe that most of the difficulties are at the level of the mental body, and that there is a lot of room for action here, except what I'm seeing is that you're hindering your progress by overthinking. I saw for another sign there was overactivity in the upper chakras. Here I'm seeing not the same. I'm seeing a self-sabotaging trend, a dynamics, a self-sabotaging dynamics where you do something, you step back, then you start again, then you go again. Let me take these Vera Sibilla and see what they have to say, because the spread is so busy. You know, it's busy, and it's so much thinking and rethinking and overthinking. Let's start with this, the Six of Swords and the Étoiles, and see what the, there you go, 1, 2, and 3. They flew out of the deck. The militare here, and the viaggio, the horseman, the rider, and the trip it is, and here we have malinconia, melancholy. Well, now if we want to think that you're on a mission and you're leaving something behind you, which I do believe I'm seeing here, remember you're guided and don't look back, if not only just to remember, but don't make it stop you. This card talks of keeping things in and keeping things close to your vest. It's a secret, secretive. It's telling me that you may not have shared this, anything that's you're going through with anyone, but the cards are openly telling you that's not even necessary. You can share if you want, because you have the étoiles there, and people will be seeing you going places. And for many of you, that will be even moving across water. I'm going to take a look at the focus here, the Radha Mambo and the Ten of Swords, which does indeed represent the end of a cycle, of a difficult cycle, but, you know, I'd like to see, well, there you go, the end of a difficult cycle. We have it there with the Morte, the last card. The first is prisoner, prigione, prison, nemica, the female enemy, and death. I do believe that, well, I'm getting a whopping 65% of you listeners out there that are coming out of a difficult relationship, and you've put the end to it. You put it to an end. You put an end. You've just closed the book. And that would justify this end of cycle, you know, the Ten of Swords. I do have this female enemy. Now, this could also work out on the workplace. And it could mean someone who has been undermining you at work will no longer be. They will not, you know, they will end their activities against you. But in any case, either whether it plays out in love or it plays out in on the workplace, I see that as an end of a cycle. And the last three cards I'd like to take are this Agua la Flambeau Percho, the 4, and this 7 of Swords. I've got here the Artista, the 7 of, the 7 of Hearts is Artista, the artist, the Giovane Fanciulla, the Virgin of the deck here, and the Deliranti, the delirious people. And what is it? It goes in line with it's going in line with the Percho, the 4, Agua la Flambeau, and the 7 of Swords. And what you are in a position of doing is starting something new. And I'm hearing whether you like it or not. And we do have, just like Zétoile, the incoming card, the outcoming card here is the Giovane Fanciulla, which is something new. It's as if we see coming out the Fool card, the number 1 major arcana. And these, of course, there's going to be trepidation for you, Gemini, because something has not gone the way you had planned. And you realize that by the end of the month. This was similar to a reading I just did for Taurus. It was something that occurred at the end of the month that just made you not stop in your tracks, but made you stop and think. All right. Well, right after the end of the month, there will be smooth sailing. So we can take that. And what you're going to have to do, this is, that was Lagus, Bright State. This is Urus, Murk State. You're going to have to face those issues towards the end of the month, and in order for it to become smooth sailing. Now, there's church bells. They ring on the hour and on the half hour, so it's almost the half hour now. Fehu is in the focus position here. After the cycle of pain and the cycle of difficulty, things will start moving your way. Abundance is on its way. Now, I've got here a beautiful focus, an extremely beautiful focus that talk about, they are nestled between the end of the difficult cycle with the Ten of Swords and the beginning of a waiting period, the Four of Swords. And what I'm giving it to you, I'm going to give it to you as the conversation proceeds, as it develops. Manats, Gifu, Otala, and Wunyu. Being together and understanding the importance of interaction on an interpersonal level in all domains, matters of the heart, on the workplace, family, and friends, is the key to happiness. I do hope this was of help to you, Gemini. Have a great end of the month. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Until we meet together again, bye-bye.